Right, hello lads and lasses and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today Celtic have got another must-win clash in the Scottish Premiership. They are playing against Aberdeen. Now, of course, like usual, we'll be running about the game, injuries and suspensions, both clubs' form, my predicted Celtic starting 11 and my final score prediction. Before we get into the video though, please remember to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 960 subscribers by kickoff tonight. I'm setting that as a goal, so if you are watching and not subscribed, please consider doing so and get your family and friends involved. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, in a surprisingly early game recently, Celtic are set to play Aberdeen at Pittodrie Stadium in a must-win clash. And that's what I've been saying for the last two Premiership matches, that they must win, and both of them have not been wins. So maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Anyways, running into the game, Celtic are currently in a major slump, as we all know. They've only won twice in their last 7 games. Their last league win came against Ross County in the first game back after the international break. And since then, our poor form in the league has left us sitting in 6th on the ladder, which is, I think it was worse than what we came into this period with. Then, as for Aberdeen, they are also in a hefty slump. They have not won or drawn a match since the international break ended. They've played 3 Premiership matches, all have been lost. And I think I saw a stat saying they've only won 2 and 8 games so far in the 2 wins in the last 8 games, which is shocking, but it's not much better than Celtic's. Nonetheless, this form has left them 9th in the league. So it's a bit of a mid to low table clash tonight, something I thought I'd never ever say about a Celtic versus Aberdeen game. Now, as for injuries and suspensions, and we'll start with Aberdeen first, so they have a bit of a list. They have got out in injuries Marley Watkins, Andrew Considine, Michael Devlin and Matthew Kennedy. They are all sidelined with injuries. And as for suspensions, Teddy Jenks got 2 yellow cards last week against St Mirren, so he is obviously serving out a suspension tonight. Now, as for the boys, Ange has ruled out James Forrest, Karamoko, Julien Juranovic, Mikey Johnston, and that's it. Those are the 5 players Ange has ruled out and are unavailable to be played. Look, otherwise for Celtic, both McGregor and Kyogo are still in the match squad. They both started against Leverkusen. I don't see a reason as to why they wouldn't start against Aberdeen, unless Ange wanted to preserve them maybe a bit. I don't know. Giacomakis also available, made his debut midweek. He obviously doesn't have the fitness, I don't think, to start, but we should see him in some capacity. Now, into my favourite part, the starting 11. And like usual, it's going to be a lot of mix of what I want Ange to play and what I think Ange will play, because I think that's just a nice mix of a predicted starting lineup. Now, look, a lot of fans have been proposing Celtic move to a 4-4-2 instead of playing our regular 4-3-3. And personally, I don't see that happening whatsoever at all. No chance in hell. And that's for the time being. I wouldn't say in the future, maybe things will change in the future, but as for now, I can't see Ange playing a 4-4-2. I can't see him going to play Kyogo and Albi and Ajeti up top together. And you can say we have Giacomakis, but as I just mentioned, he isn't fit enough to start, so I don't see a 4-4-2 coming to fruition. So I think it will. I'm pretty sure it will be a standard 4-3-3 formation, as Celtic have been playing all season. So enough jibber jabbering. Let's get into the lineup. And it is going to be, in goals, Joe Hart. Then, at right back, it will be our only fit right back in Tony Ralston. As for the centre-back pairings, Celtic will certainly have Cameron Carter-Vickers in the team. And the other spot, the other spot, I've said this many times because I really believe in it. I think Stephen Welsh should be the other centre-back. Not mainly because of his defensive qualities, mainly because of his ball skills. When Starfelt gets the ball, he never is able to play it forward. He always has to play sideways to Starfelt or back to Joe Hart. When Welsh gets the ball, on the other hand, he always looks for that option, is always able to either play it forward to like Monty on the left back, or maybe Turnbull or McGregor in the midfield. That just doesn't happen with Starfelt, and it really hinders the style of football Ange wants us to play. But nonetheless, Ange is a what's his face, Starfelt merchant, so I do feel he will be the other centre back. Then at left back, I do feel Monty will be picked again there, even though, in my personal opinion, I would rather have Liam Scales there. I just think having a bigger body there and a much more physical player would be much more beneficial to our team. Then at CDM, Captain Cam will return to the starting squad. He did return against Leverkusen, but obviously I didn't have him in my lineup because I didn't think it was going to happen. But I presume then the rest of the midfield will stay the same as usual. David Turnbull playing that box-to-box number 8 role, and then Tommy Rogic up in centre attacking mid. The front three, yet again, same as usual, and I hope it will be this, because if it isn't, I'll be quite worried, because this front three is our strongest front three, and if someone is missing from it, it's going to leave a lot of question marks on what's happened to them. So, as everyone is expecting and hoping for, Abada and Jota are on the 2 wings, and then, of course, the man from Japan, Kyogo, up top. Now, into my final score prediction, and honestly, I have no clue what to expect. I'll be real with you guys. Look, because if Celtic turn up with the same intensity they played with for periods of the Leverkusen game, we'll run riot over Aberdeen. It's without question. But if they don't, then it's going to be another Livingston-esque game. And I'm sure the fact that Celtic are playing away from home tonight, it's going to play a big part in their minds, in the back of their minds. I know they're elite footballers, they have elite mentalities, but you can't say it won't have an effect on them. And I just feel maybe that will be slightly detrimental to them, going in a bit nervously, unconfident, away from home. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. But look, Celtic need to win. It's without question. Celtic need to win and end the drought of away losses, or not even just not winning away from home. Because look, going into the international break, Celtic needs stability and they need confidence in this squad. And honestly, I'll take any win. I know a lot of you will not want this, but like, you have to understand that Celtic need this confidence and stability heading into the international break, when there's going to be a period where we're not playing any games and players' minds could, a lot of things could happen. So honestly, I will take a 1-0, 2-1, last minute winner. Just a game where we didn't deserve to win at all, but somehow find a way to win. Honestly, I'll take any of those sort of games as long as Celtic are getting 3 points. And it's not because I'm desperate, but like I said earlier, it's because the players need confidence. And look, honestly, at the end of the day, once we get a week away from this game, no one's going to remember how the game went. No one will. It's a way of football. No one remembers the game. They always remember the scoreline. So if Celtic win, I think that's all that's going to matter at the end of the day. And personally, I don't see a reason why Celtic should be playing below par with Callum McGregor back and Kyogo back. I think, honestly, I don't see a way Celtic lose or draw this game against such a team in such poor form. They're not a poor team, but they're in a team of such poor form. I don't see a way Celtic... I don't know. It doesn't seem possible that Celtic can lose. Yet, as we've seen previously, it is 100% possible. And look, a lot of people will say Kyogo back doesn't make much of a difference because, he misses easy sitters. And he doesn't miss sitters. He misses golden opportunities. Wait, I think that's the same thing. Look, he misses chances. It's natural with a striker, but he does score a lot of chances. And even if he doesn't score, the way Kyogo plays, his movement is so good that he drags 1 or 2 defenders with him every single time, which then allows for players like Abada, Jota, Turnbull, Rogic to use that created space by Kyogo to drive through and have a crack at goal. It's such a good game plan because teams can't do anything about it unless they leave Kyogo free, making a free run, which will then be he will then be played if he's making a free run. There's no way to stop this sort of tactic from Celtic, and I think Celtic really need to utilise that, and if they do, they will put 4 or 5 goals in Aberdeen. But it's still early days, we're still in the rebuild, and I don't think that's going to happen because, look, enough rambling. Can Celtic win this match? Can I see Celtic winning this match? 110%. Of course, I can always see Celtic winning a match. I can never say Celtic being so outnumbered in a match that they're 100% going to lose. But at the same time, can I see Celtic dropping points in this match? Of course, we've seen it against Dundee United and against Livingston. Celtic can drop points in the most undroppable point circumstances, if that makes sense. And look, But I think at the end of the day, I think this could be the turning point in the season. Honestly, I can really see this being the moment. Celtic they put the foot down, the players put the foot down, they know what they've got to do, and I think they go out winners tonight. I don't think they go out thrashing Aberdeen, but I think they go out as 2-0 winners. Nothing flashy, nothing poor, a nice, comfortable 2-0 win, just to, change the mood and atmosphere of the team and the club at the moment. I think it's a needed win, and I think I'm pretty sure it will come. Look, that is all from me, however. The game's early tonight. I don't think I'll live stream it. Remember to subscribe. Drop what you think about the game in the comments below. Drop what you think the final score will be, who you think will play, all of that sort of stuff. Leave a like, leave a subscription. You know what to do. So until next time, hail, hail.